Okay, so please excuse a very messy background here, but hopefully this will help. So I've just finished one mountain here, and you can see if I start from the beginning here, and I've knit all the way across. So this is the first slip stitch here, and then there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 knit, and then you can see I'm in the gap between. This is the last stitch of the mountain in the row beneath, and then there's a gap between that and the next mountain. So, and this is where I think it's very easy to go wrong. I'm on the right side, I bring my yarn in front and I slip, and then I turn the work, and this is going to be a little bit awkward with the camera, but I'll do my best. There, turn the work, I've got the yarn in back front of that needle, and then I knit 3. So 1, 2, and this is where it's good to give it a little tug. If you keep this snug, when you knit back, these stitches will naturally loosen because they'll be the last ones you knit. So keep them nice and snug. You don't have to strangle them, but keep them nice and snug. And then I do the third one there. This is on the wrong side. If you remember, on the wrong side, you always take another stitch of the colour that you're currently working. So the wrong side is knit all the way along and is always 3, and then the right side, when you turn it round, you're always knitting an even number. So you will slip one with yarn in front, and again, this is what stops your mountains from having gaps in them. You then yarn to the back and knit 2. So again, I'm on the right side, so I knit an even number 2, and then I slip yarn in front and slip one of the old colour. Turn back round. Sorry, this is a little bit awkward, and again keep my yarn nice and tight, keep my first stitches nice and snug, give it a little snug, knit the second one, give it a little snug, 3, 4 and 5. So I take a new one. And it doesn't matter if that's a little bit loose, because as I say, when you knit all the way back, it will tighten up. So again, turn round, I'm on the right side. So on the right side, you just remember that you're always slipping to start and you're knitting an even number. So I slip, give that a little tug to keep it nice and tidy, yarn to the back, and then I'm knitting an even number, and then yarn in front, slip. Okay, turn round. I'm just going to knit these. I'm at the back, so I'm taking another. And you do these short rows all the way until you get to just one left without of the old colour, with only one stitch of the new colour on top of it. Let me see if I can do that a little more quickly. Slip, yarn in back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's an even number because we're at the front. Slip, turn round, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the slip so it's a little bit tighter, and then I take my next one. I'm on 9, so I know I've got 2 more sets of short rows to go because the last one is 13. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, yarn in front, slip, and turn back, and I should be on 11 now, so it should be the penultimate one. Put yarn is in back, I'm on the wrong side, so I know I am knitting an odd number. Give it a nice little slug. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I can see here I've got 2. You see I've got 2 there, so I know I've got 1 more to do because I leave the one in the middle. Turn round. Sorry. 1. Give it a nice little tug, keep it nice and tidy. And because you're doing so many short rows, if you don't keep it snug, at the beginning of each row, you might find you do use quite a bit more wool, because if it's loose, because you are doing so many short rows each time, it will get, that looseness will use a fair bit of wool. So it is, both for neatness and for having enough yarn, quite important to keep it tug. Okay, so this is my last wrong row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and take 1 more, 13. There we go, and you can see I've got 1 left, which is the last one of the previous mountain. And then I turn round, and now I am going to knit 20 across. So keep it nice and tidy, give it a little tug after slipping, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and now I don't stop here, I do another 8. Now don't worry if these stitches, the last ones, look a little bit loose, because you just give it a nice little tug on the next one, and that's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and can you see that's the last one of the mountain below. There's a little gap there because it's between the mountains below. Now don't worry if this yarn here looks a little bit loose, because when you get to the end, that will give you a nice I-cord. It will give you a nice loose I-cord, and it will work itself out. Now the most important thing to remember to do is slip 1. If you forget to do that slip 1, it's very easy to do, and that's how you'll find you go off a little bit. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Happy knitting!